Hello everyone, and welcome to my third vlog now, and thank you for watching the first two episodes that are also available on my channel. In those episodes I'd looked at sort of an introduction about what it's like to be a gay football player, and also I'd looked at the Rainbow Laces campaign, which is currently underway in the Premier League and professional football to promote LGBTQ awareness, inclusion in the game, and I think it's a really important campaign as well, and it's been supported across the Premier League. So what can you expect from episode 3? Well, coming up we have topless weather, lost footballs, and a little bit of argy-bargy. But first, what I'd like to do is to talk about Brighton Blags and our new sponsor, which is Arcobaleno, which is a bar in the Kemp Town area of Brighton. It's a historic area of Brighton, just back from the seafront. It's just away from the main gay area, which is around St James's Street, which is also considered a part of the wider Kemp Town area, but this bar is in the historic part of Kemp Town. It's an LGBTQ plus inclusive space. It's given a place for people to perform, to practice, to meet. So it's open to community groups, and it's a really lovely venue. And I had a chance to speak to the founder of the venue, Luciana, and you can check that out here. Okay, can I ask you just to sort of tell us who you are first of all?
Hi, my name is Luciana and I am the owner of Arcobaleno. I also founded Across Rainbows about 10 years ago, and Across Rainbows is about redefining queer identity. So our mission is to take situations that are quite archaic and redefine them. So for example, queer spaces, Arcobaleno being one of them, we are very inclusive, very diverse, and we're redefining what queer spaces should be like. Across Rainbows is sort of very important because it is where the vision and the passion is. But we did realize that we needed a building to call home. And this is why it's always like no place like home. We're very tied into the whole Wizard of Oz theme.
And when you saw this venue come available, I think it was a few years ago, but yeah. How long ago was it that you set up here?
18 months ago.
Yeah.
So we couldn't find a space. One of our taglines is that everybody should be seen and heard. So we wanted a space where we could actually host people who want to sing, want to dance, have something to say. But every space in Brighton is really tiny. Actually almost gave up. And then the realtor said, actually there may be a place you like, and walked in here. It was a complete disaster. But there was something about it, and so we actually put the stage in ourselves.
Yeah.
And the idea is to give everybody a platform to be seen and heard. A lot of what we do is very tied in with the community. We give the space away if somebody wants to do a fundraiser, if they want to do a meetup, we don't charge. And we sort of would like Arcobaleno to be the place for a lot of our community, place to call home. Some nights we have every letter of the LGBT represented,
yeah.
And it's really is nice to see that, because it's not just gay men or lesbians or non-binaries it's everybody. And you know, at Pride it really is a nice scene to, and it makes us very happy. The things that always gets me is that we're very, don't say the word good, but we are very, we sort of hone in a lot on the bad stuff, and fair enough. but we also are a very amazing community. We have so much brilliance, so much talent, and you know, it's what Across Rainbows does, and Arcobaleno, is to elevate the joy of actually being gay. I mean, I'm proud to be gay. I would not want to be anything else, but it doesn't. You know, it's because there's so much pressure to conform. I think it adds a lot of stuff to mental health, and you're always less than. You're always trying to fit in, and I think that needs to stop. I think we are who we are. Take it, leave it. Come, don't come. I don't really care. But I think it's enough. It's time we stood up and said we're done with the nonsense and trying to please everybody else, when in reality all we should be pleasing is ourselves.
From our perspective, obviously you've helped the Blacks football team, and obviously we're part of the wider LGBTQ society. But how important is it for you guys to have, or how has it been for you guys to support us?
Okay, so there's two reasons. One is my father was the national goalkeeper for Malta. And so I have a certain affinity with football.
Yeah.
You know, before, what's her name? Harper Beckham went on the thing. My mother has pictures of me following my father onto the football pitch, age 2. But the other thing was, in my culture, girls were never allowed to play boys' sports. And I think, you know, speaking with Roddy, and the values of Blacks are very aligned with ours. I mean, we look, people we do business with, the values have to be aligned. And for us, inclusivity is not just a word, we live it, and it's very important that people always feel safe.
I think what's important about the venue that sponsors us is that it is an LGBTQ owned and run venue, and it's important for us as a team to support the scene. It's important for all LGBTQ people, gay people, to support the scene and venues that support us. It's a kind of a mutual relationship. That's why I think it's really important for us. It's lovely that they have sponsored us. They've added an extra dimension to our shirts for sure. It looks much better with the branding and the logos. But also, what these places provide for us is a safe space, basically. And it just means that we can go out and be ourselves, really, without having to be in fear or of looking the wrong way or doing the wrong thing, which I think is a big fear for many people in our society still. So it's really important for us to continue to support venues like this, and it's really lovely that they have supported us.
Welcome to my third vlog, and this time it's a match day. It's our second match day. We are welcoming a team down from Yorkshire who are somewhere behind me. So first headache or hiccup of the day is that both teams are wearing blue. So we as the home team are going to have to hide our new sponsorship by wearing some lovely bright orange bibs, being modelled by Colin there as well. So yeah, we'll be wearing bibs to play today. But let's see how we go. We've got a few minutes before kick-off, and I'm just going to do a warm-up now.
Brighton Blags welcomed Yorkshire Terriers to the South Coast for their second league match this season, and a capacity crowd of 9 eagerly awaited the kick-off. Blags were determined to show their fighting spirit before the game, as well as their new sponsor, Arcobaleno. There were some initial technical difficulties from Blags' Cornish contingent operating the camera as Blags got the game underway. The old saying, a poor workman always blames his tools. Brighton Blags, donning the fetching orange bib boho chic, tried to force the first opportunity of the match from a pass over the top, with Aaron looking to latch onto the opportunity before Colin could force the game's first corner. The referee took his first intervention of the game to ask for a new football to be brought onto the field, as the first one was not adequately pumped up. The corner was taken and it came to nothing. Yorkshire's first attempt at a break was thwarted by the combined efforts of Ian and a cameo on the sidelines by Kieran. The referee took a tumble during the early exchanges by both sides, as both sides battled to get their foot on the ball and get their tackles in. Blags tried to make headway down the left-hand side as I played a pass into Matt, but it was ably defended by Yorkshire. Fred fired the first shot in anger before Blags were able to force a free kick for a suspect handball. Common sense from Kurt prevailed as Blags sought to create an opening, but it was well defended. There were some further technical difficulties with the camera, but eventually we can see that I tried to again create an opportunity down the left hand side. This time Matt wasn't quite able to get onto the end of the through ball. Yorkshire sought to reply with a chance of their own down the right-hand side, but this through ball was intercepted in the end by Nick, who booted the ball out of play and over the fence. Yorkshire tried to make the most of the swirling conditions with their first corner, but a header at the back post was intercepted again by Nick, who cleared. Some tidy play in midfield by Yorkshire brought the ball forward, and they earned their first free kick of the match just outside the 18-yard box. The Leeds Rhinos Rugby League side may have been happier with the result from the free kick, as the second ball of the day was pumped over the fence. Yorkshire continued to make forays towards Blags' half, this time intercepted by Ian, and then Arthur was on hand to mop up. Yorkshire also tried to exploit set-piece opportunities, but not quite. Then came the game's first flare-up, following some earlier tasty tackles. This one was perhaps one too many, as both sides argued. The game's first clear opportunity came from a long clearance over the top by Kurt, with Aaron again trying to latch onto the opportunity, heading the ball goal-bound, but the goalkeeper made a terrific save.
I'd be seasick watching my fucking video camera skills. Are you watching this? Yeah. I've got motion sickness just doing it.
Seasickness, motion sickness, but no sea shanties from cameraman Liam. Collins' long throw down the right was cleared by Yorkshire, with the third football of the day being lost. Colin continued to put pressure onto the Yorkshire right-hand side, making a marauding run with long throws and tough tackling to keep the pressure on. Arthur, Roddy and Matt combined tidily, and eventually it led to Fred to force a second effort towards goal, but he hit the stout Yorkshire wall with a block.
Yorkshire got back on the front foot down the right hand side, nearly creating a goal scoring opportunity here, but it was only thanks to a nifty piece of defending by Ian that it was prevented. But not resting, they took an early throw on and Kurt was drawn into an excellent save. It also led to a possible penalty claim, over to the eagle eyes of the video assistant referee. Nothing doing. But the pressure from Yorkshire mounted and it forced a defensive mix-up that led to the first clear opportunity of the game and the first goal. There was nothing Kurt could have done about this one. Soon afterwards there was the second flare-up of the match. Fingers wagging, accusations flying, and Yorkshire's own equivalent of Russell Crowe Gladiator going into the fray. A yellow card and a sin bin.
It's an earthquake. It's an earthquake, Adrian. I didn't just kick the camera, it's an earthquake.
Causing so much of a rumpus that even the earth was quaking.
They are seething with us.
Another free kick and another opportunity for Nick to fling the ball towards the Yorkshire box. Ably defended at first, but Colin got down the right hand side and nearly created this chance for Matt in the centre. In an end-to-end game, Yorkshire again went onto the front foot, and it was only thanks to some defending from Nick that prevented another goal-scoring opportunity. Yorkshire kept the ball alive, firing this shot goal-bound, but I managed to get in the way of it. The ball was recycled and I was able to shepherd it out of play. After a short burst of pressure from Blags, Yorkshire's Russell Crowe was not entertained by the referee here.
All the studs up or nothing, it just took for up.
Yorkshire also tried to make the most of their own set pieces. Kurt was keen to organise,
What did he say?
but the free kick came to nothing. It was down the right hand side that Yorkshire continued to try to make headway, forcing Blags to defend. And Yorkshire tried to make use of the long throw, and in this example, while I did get my head to it, unfortunately I could only flick it on straight onto the head of the centre forward. 2-0. But in the end-to-end game, Brighton tried to get straight back onto the front foot and forced a corner. From the corner, Colin headed just wide, right on half time. Then the second half got underway, although you might not catch it here.
That sounds a bit dodgy. I know, no, I'm sorry. Oh shit, I'm really following it. First roll of camera round. It doesn't spin. It doesn't spin. You've got to lift it.
Blags tried to get on the ball down the left-hand side, with Roddy and Aaron combining. But Yorkshire defended the left-hand side well to try and prevent crosses. And Blags' Cornish contingent certainly saw the improvement.
Good start to the second half, Blacks. Keep it going. Good stuff, Blacks. Good stuff. Keeping the ball back.
It was down the left-hand side that Blags looked most likely to create an opening. And again, Roddy got in behind here.
Blacks, this is a much better second half.
And after some crosses were put in repeatedly by Blags from the left-hand side, they were well defended by Yorkshire, who sought to counter-attack themselves with a ball over the top. It was only through the intervention again of Nick to prevent that chance from coming. Roddy showed some great footwork here and put in a cross that nearly created a goal-scoring opportunity. Unfortunately, amid the scramble, the wind stopped the power from Ronnie's header and the goalkeeper was able to collect. The ball was launched upfield quickly, but Kieran was resolute at the back. A free kick from the right-hand side for Yorkshire. Some quick footwork from the Yorkshire midfielder and a shot towards goal that led to handball claims and further anger on the sidelines. But Blags defended well and the danger was cleared. But moments later, a ball over the top was enough to unlock the Blags' defence and a good finish over the top of the goalkeeper into the net. Blacks continued to try to drive forward and again down the left-hand side. This time Ronnie dug out a cross and it fell to Fred at the edge of the box. But his shot was wide. It was through their left-hand side. The Blacks tried to make gains, but the goalkeeper came out quickly here. Meanwhile, Yorkshire also sought to create chances on the counter-attack down their right-hand side. A corner was earned here. In swirling conditions, Blags had to contend with the ball, not knowing where it would end up, but this effort was just cleared. But Yorkshire burst through and nearly created a goal-scoring opportunity at the back post. Again down the left-hand side, it was Simone who tried to have this effort towards goal. But back at the other end, Yorkshire continued to pose a danger from corners. Aaron attempted a counter-attack, and at one point Blags had 2v2, but his touch was a little bit heavy. In the driving rain, Yorkshire attempted to get a shot away here, but the deflection was off the hand. No goal. as our cutting edge slow motion replay will show. Yorkshire continued to pour forward with this effort towards goal, but it was comfortably saved by Kurt. Ronnie showed some battling qualities in the central midfield position and nearly set up this opportunity, but the goalkeeper was fast off the line to deny the chance.
Oh, well done, Emma.
There was some resolute defending here, and Mike got on the ball, putting the ball in towards the box. But in the goalmouth scramble, Blags couldn't quite find that touch to send the ball goal-bound. Enjoying a good spell of pressure, Blags continued to drive forward. Simone here trying to get a shot away. Then moments later, a free kick on the left-hand side.
Oh, ref! Jesus!
Nick lined up with the free kick, but he struck the crossbar. The rebound was then cleared. Blags continued to pile on the pressure, again down the left-hand side, earning a corner.
That's good stuff, Blacks! Come on!
Then, from a long throw, the ball bounced eventually and invitingly towards Ian, but he couldn't steer his effort on target.
Good stuff, Black!
There were more chances again for Blags coming from the left-hand side, and once again they just couldn't quite find a way to steer a shot goal-bound. They kept the ball alive, but again, Yorkshire defended well.
Back in, back! Jesus Christ!
And at the other end, Yorkshire also posed a problem from the counter-attack, with this effort narrowly wide.
Number one fan. Blacks is number one. Blacks is number one fan.
Moments later, there was this effort from the middle of midfield, and Yorkshire were back on top again as they forced pressure on Blags' goal. Here a long throw was not cleared, and the midfielder drove the ball home, and via a double deflection, the fourth goal was scored. Brighton didn't lose heart, and moments later Fred, with a speculative effort, nearly caught the goalkeeper off their line. Fred played the pass of the match to bring Colin into play with this opportunity, but it was defended well. Colin kept the ball alive and forced a corner.
Oh, he came down. Well done, good stuff, Blacks! Keep it going, come on!
Even at 4-0 down, Blacks continued to go forward in search of a goal, and it was from a corner that was fired in that the goal would come. Again, not cleared fully. Efforts towards goal didn't quite make it, but eventually Mike managed to stab the ball towards the goal and into the net. It was fair reward for the effort that Blags had put into the game. And it wasn't over there either. There were more chances towards the end of the match as Blags continued to press forward in search of a second goal. This time, a long throw led to an effort towards goal, just wide. Then in the dying moments of the game, Blags tried to carve out one more opportunity, again from the left, and this time it just wouldn't sit down. It was cleared. Kurt mopped up, and the referee called full time. Blags 1, Yorkshire Terriers 4. just some thoughts on the game today. We obviously lost, but we all worked very hard. I think it's fair to say that Yorkshire are just a solid team really in every position. They don't really make many mistakes. They move the ball well. But anyway, we're heading back home now, and I've got a dead leg. But I've enjoyed it actually, weirdly. It's been quite a fun afternoon. So
I think at the end we will feel slightly disappointed not to have been closer in terms of the scoreline. You know, we will look back at the game and think there were chances we could have taken, and there were things we could have done to prevent Yorkshire scoring, but then there were also moments where we defended very well to prevent Yorkshire scoring, and also at the other end Yorkshire did very, very well in their defence to basically, they put blocks, tackles, headers to stop us getting shots away or chances at goal. And, you know, as a team unit, they worked very effectively at doing that and then moved the ball forward. We moved the ball well, I thought. We passed the ball well from side to side. We created chances down the left and down the right. It's just one of those games. It's football. Unfortunately, it doesn't always go how you want it to. But I think that there are things we can look to do in future matches, and hopefully we will get some more favourable results in the matches to come. So that's it for this episode of the vlog, and I hope you've enjoyed watching, and thank you for the support that I've had in your messages on social media, and it's been really lovely to receive that feedback as well. And yeah, so I look forward to making the next vlog coming up soon over the Christmas period.